Hello everyone, it's John from Brisbane, and today just got distracted. Yes, Mickey Mouse Productions. As I was saying, John from Brisbane. Today I'm talking about a interesting subject that came up on my local Facebook group that I'm part of. My Dungeons and Dragons group, of which I've got two, one of the groups has sadly lost one of its players, and so consequently I'm out recruiting for a replacement again. And while I was looking on there, I noticed that that a post came up about DMs, or the rise of the professional game master, charging for your services. Ah, dear. This seems to be something that concerns me greatly, is the fact that our hobby, which is one of entertainment, which we share amongst our friends and enjoy amongst our friends, is now about let's make money. Maybe not out of our friends, or maybe that's what you want to make money out of, but to make money. And honestly, there's nothing wrong, ultimately, if that's what people want to do. However, for myself, I find the very idea abhorrent. I think that for where the game started, and I'm mainly looking at role-playing at this point of my little rant, is that role-playing started with people gathering around. Though in nearly all cases, they're just groups of friends. And you've come together to enjoy a game amongst friends. Now, if you are, for instance, if I decided to say to my groups, look, I'm going to charge you now $20 an hour for me to run my adventures here at your place. Well, so I run, what do I run on average? A 7-hour session. So let's say that's $140. Bit of money for okay, this 5 people. It's fairly cheap in some respects. Some people go cup of coffee or whatever, but you know, look, I'm a pensioner, so for me, expenses, look, luxuries in life are something I can't afford. So I sort of object very strongly to something that is a free, essentially a free game, once you've paid obviously for the base books and everything, is a free game to enjoy. So to start charging for people to go and enjoy themselves, I don't know. For me, it's not something that I would practice, and I think that you would have to be a damn good gamesman. And I think in many respects, I think you're going to have to be a showman to be able to be successful enough to be able to get money. Because personally, I could not ask my friends, no matter how desperate I was, you know, I've got a car that doesn't work at the moment. I desperately need it fixed. But there is no way that I would say, look, people, I'm going to charge you to play in my sessions until I can get my car fixed. No. Can't do that. You know, I can remember some time ago, I had a friend of mine was saying that, you know, because of the collection, that I have. He said, look, you should be hosting games at your place. He said, with the repertoire of board games and miniature games and that you have, he said, you could be making money out of everything that you've got. And again, no, I feel extremely uncomfortable in wanting to make money out of my hobby. My hobby is, and this is the problem now, is that I think it's generational, and the fact that people have lost sight of what is enjoyment. And to be quite honest, I used to do commission painting for figures, and I could literally churn out armies in days. However, I started to hate it. I couldn't do it. I had to give it away because I just, you know, it just impacts on you. You lose the enjoyment of what you're doing, because I love painting figures. And to be honest, I've not picked up a paintbrush now in probably 3 years, maybe more. And that saddens me, because I am a bloody good painter. And, you know, these are the things that happen, is that you reach a point of, what are you doing things for? Yes, there is a passion, there is an enjoyment with life, but once you start to attach a value to it, it is, I don't know, it loses. It loses. But one of the comments that I saw that came up was that, yeah, it was interesting that, you know, they were talking about it, and I'll have to go back and have a look, because once again, I don't have an editing capacity with my productions. But people post, you know, looking for, I probably did, you know, again with this business of, you know, people posting looking for players, and yet you're happy enough to pay for somebody. Why would you? And I think it comes down to, in many respects, of almost like, and I'm seeing it in many respects, that we've got this cultural elitism now, where Dungeons and Dragons or any role-playing movement now is for younger people, trendy people. It seems to be that we only want to associate with people that we deem acceptable. And again, you know, they seem to be of one persuasion, and they don't seem to be interested in anybody that's outside that comfort zone. And that's fine, because once again, you're looking for people that you want to play with, that you're comfortable with, so consequently you will flock together. But, you know, it seems, it just really annoys me that, you know, that there are good game masters who are out there who are offering their services, and nobody's accepting them. Now, of course, in the reverse, we do have the problem that, and of course I suppose a perfect example is that I need to, of course, be very careful with who I'm sort of wanting to accept, particularly if I'm hosting here at my home, because I need to be careful. Because sadly, today's society is filled with, well, shall we say, less than desirable individuals. And, you know, last thing I want to be is robbed or injured or for any other, you know, any other issues to come up with, you know, whether or not you misgender somebody or make inappropriate comments that somebody takes offense to, or, you know, once again, I come from a generation that grew up with terminologies and things that some people today find offensive. And while I moderate them fairly significantly when I'm in company, occasionally they may slip out. And of course I'll apologise if somebody takes offence to it, but hey, I'm a child from the 60s. So consequently, you know, this is the way I am. And I make no apology for who I am. You know, I think I've probably digressed from where I was going, but you'll find that this is what I normally do when I start rambling. Anyway, I was talking about paying for Game Masters, wasn't I? Yes, I think, no, look, as a business model, look, if you think you're a bloody good Game Master and that you can get away with charging people for your services, look, go for it. But honestly, I think it's an insult for the vast majority of Game Masters who do this for the love of the hobby and for their friends. And that's where I'm going to leave it. So thank you very much for watching. So till next time, signing off, the Honourable John.